Welcome back to Seen It Before, where we're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie and or TV show. I'm Danny.
Yes, I'm Dan. We are doing a full season 5, I guess, roundtable discussion with us and
This
Matt.
is a rectangular.
This is a rectangular.
Yeah.
Matt's back. We all saw this in theaters,
Yes.
the finale at least.
We did.
Yeah, we're not just going to talk about the finale, though. We're going to talk about the entirety of season 5 and just as a whole how it works into, the zeitgeist of the Stranger Things lore. So, what are your just overall thoughts of the season, guys, quickly, while we're at it?
Well, in my serialized review, I said overall it was overindulgent. They're like, we're the biggest show. We can have run times that are fucking 3 hours long if we want to, and we can drag out scenes so fucking long for no fucking reason.
No sense of urgency sometimes, and that's kind of a problem. But there are good things, like really good character development on a lot of the characters, and they still sent them off very nicely. And then a couple characters got to have some really cool scenes, like Karen Wheeler. She had some good scenes.
Yep.
And poor Ted.
He literally was pushed off to the side and then left for like the very last episode where he only had like 2 lines. And that was it.
I don't know if he even had any lines. I think he was just sitting there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so we're going to get into full spoilers here. So you know the deal. Let's get to it.
Let's end this, kid. Mother of God.
So, Stranger Things Season 5 was released in 3 different parts. We had Volume 1, I think, it was
Thanksgiving.
Volume 2, on Christmas, and then the finale sometimes in theaters on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we got lucky to do that.
We saw it in theaters, and it was a great experience watching it in theaters.
I think it was a mistake.
Oh, really?
Whoa, okay.
Interesting.
Hated that theater experience.
I loved it. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
The overindulgent clapping the entire fucking time.
It was.
Okay.
It felt like Spider-Man: No Way Home to me, where it's just like,
Yeah, but that was like 2 times the entire thing. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But like this one was every 5 seconds. It seemed like, oh. I'm like,
well, me and
I don't care, man.
Me and Jordan were like, well, there was like everyone clapped for Steve, and
Yes.
but nobody clapped for when the Lucas saved Dustin. We're just like, oh, I guess fuck Dustin. Whatever.
Yeah, like there were definitely moments like the whole kaiju fight. Hell yeah, that was awesome.
Yes.
But and then Steve. Okay, I expected that. But then there were other little ones like when they were just escaping Vecna's mind or whatever. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, and Elle shows up, and
I'm
it's
like,
like, oh,
that's
yeah.
fine.
yeah.
But like
Right.
you expect that to happen. Like, why are you clapping for that?
Yeah.
Anyway, it just overindulgent clapping kind of annoys me in movies. Like, a couple times, yeah, sure, that's fine. But like,
Well, it was also interesting because there was like this girl that like kept getting up and out of her seat and like walking in front of the, and then she just.
I didn't see
She
that.
was wearing no clothes like at all.
I do
don't
remember.
remember that?
Oh yes, yes, I saw her once.
I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
she was
Yeah, she was like a
basically.
very low hanging top.
Yeah, she is just a bra basically.
I was like, whoa.
I'm just like, oh my God, look at the
Yeah.
crawl. Okay, so I like that. Like, okay, so we started off at the end of season 4. I think right off the bat, I don't think the 18-month jump was a good idea. Just because we had such a good momentum at season 4, and I'm thinking, because like there's like nukes getting lit all over the place, and then it's just kind of like, oh, by the way, it was resolved. It's fine. So it's like on some level, like where the show was going, the momentum was like, oh, we stopped it. I think they had a decent enough like game plan to change that, to like make it like it was like good regardless of that fact. It's just like oh, I wouldn't have gone there like right off, like right in season 5. Like that's not where I would logically go.
Yeah, because we kind of got thrown right into it with the crawls. I'm pretty sure. Like it was go from the start, which is fine. But like after 18 months, like okay, wait, we need to settle here. Hold on, what is going on?
Yeah, and,
But
Robin's like whole.
she had a good monologue in the first episode.
Yeah, like I liked it. It was a good like mechanism to explain the exposition, but like the Duffer Brothers, they have after 5 seasons, they have like 2 or 3 go-to tricks, like storytelling wise, to get information across, and it's fucking annoying that they don't mix it up at all. like that, like they have like an excuse to have Robin do a radio announcement to everybody to recap everything that happened from season 4 to 5. And then if they're trying to figure out a game plan, they're like, wow, how do we get the information across this new like
Mechanism.
yeah, the mechanism to like for the plot, like what's the next plot point? Oh, it's like, and then somebody will say something arbitrary, or they'll be like, oh, it's like I'm going through a donut hole. It's like, oh, donut hole. That means so what if
I like that.
What
I don't
if we
care
like,
what anyone says.
Yeah, no,
I like it. It's corny. I get it.
Yeah.
But I like
it's
it.
like every time though. It's like if they need to explain anything, it's like just like they'll just say a random word. They'll be like, oh, a mnemonic device. I think the first release of season 5 was probably the strongest.
Oh yes. So yeah, we have the crawls that happen like once every so and so often that trucks are going into the Upside Down, I think. So like Hopper has to get on a truck and then just kind of fuck off into the Upside Down for a while to try to find Vecna. So that's the whole deal of what they're trying to do. And it works for the most part, but like it's very what's the word I want to say? I don't know. I know what word.
Are you talking about like my point where like this happens a lot with movies and TV now, where it's like you have one arc that's just like, oh, like this is the whole thing now. Like this is where we're going.
Yes.
Like it all takes place like the plot. They've been doing these crawls for 18 months, and this last random crawl. The whole entire plot for the entire season has to happen now.
We could have seen even just a little, montage of them doing other crawls and stuff like that. That would have been enough to like suffice. Like, okay, they've been doing this for a little bit.
Like I'm like a sucker for like different like character model looks or whatever.
Yep.
Like I really like watching the different like the Star Wars sequels. Like you had Rey's look in Force Awakens, her look in Last Jedi, and then like Finn grew out his like hair in Rise of Skywalker. I like the characters looking different and having different styles or whatever. And like it's like I just knew the second that like we got into the Upside Down with Hopper, like I'm like, and then something goes wrong, okay, the whole season is going to be revolved around these 2 days
in 2 or 3 days, the entire season. It's like, okay.
It's like how the same thing with Thunderbolts. I'm like, they get to like that warehouse, like the rest of the movie happens from there.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily bad or anything. Like it's good for pacing. It's just kind of like
it's been overdone,
especially for a TV show. Like it's supposed to take 8 episodes.
I mean, yes, but then again, it raises the stakes a little bit.
Yeah, it's like now we're on a ticking clock. Like I understand where we're going. It's just it's not even the show's fault. It's just kind of like every other show does this right now. It's like a trend.
Holly gets a big arc this season.
Yep.
This threw me off so much. The first 4 episodes of them aging up Holly, and they
she's like 14. She's trying to play 7.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to make her like 10. She's supposed to be 7. Yeah. So like it's annoying that they had to do that, but
She's a good actress.
Yeah, she's
I mean,
good.
Nell Fisher's a good actress. She's good. She was in Evil Dead Rise, and she was really good in that as well. So I think she was honestly one of the best parts of the season.
Yeah.
Like she was really good.
Yeah, that's another thing. And I hate to be kind of ragging on the season because I did like it. It landed. It stuck the landing for a lot of this stuff. Like for me.
Yeah, like the end of episode 1, like that gets you hooked. Where Karen gets fucked up by a Demogorgon.
Yeah. I was in my room. I'm like, Mrs. fucking Wheeler, dude.
Yeah, like she's like, what the fuck is this? I only got a wine bottle. Okay, I'm gonna stab it.
I mean, that's kind of a plot hole too. Is somehow the Demogorgons can be, not damaged, but like
they get shot.
They can get shot over and over again, but somehow a wine bottle is enough to do enough damage. Apparently, allegedly,
apparently. But yeah, then the Demogorgon takes Holly into the Upside Down, and it's now part of his plan of this dream state of wherever he's keeping the children. So it starts with Holly, and then there's a whole other back catalog of children that he needs to have in here to do this whole wrinkle in time thing that they're going after for this entire season.
And it's like it's not. If this was just another season, I would have loved it. But they need to understand you're doing 8 episodes. I don't care how long they are. They're all like feature-length movies, but like
Except they're not.
Well, there's like an hour long instead of like 42, 48 minutes.
Yeah.
You're doing you're growing the show. You're expanding outward. You're adding all these different characters and plot lines when you've been disservicing, like Mike, for example. Like, he was the main character in season 1. Tell me a scene tell me a storyline or a scene that he was crucial to in this season besides the finale.
Exactly.
I can't think of one.
In the 4th episode where he was helping the kids at the
That's like the only other thing,
yeah.
but that's more Will's thing. Right, with
but he was still
reveal.
rescuing the children and had a whole big
he was
part
guiding
in that,
them and
in that
whatnot,
video
Tony.
game sequence that was dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frank Darabont doing a lot of these episodes, which was cool too.
I felt like Dustin definitely had something to do, or he had an anchoring plot. You know, Will obviously had an anchoring plot, and then Mike and Lucas were just kind of like.
Mike and Lucas were there.
I feel like they were in
Max
the
had
wind.
a big plot this season too.
Yeah, she had her own storyline with Holly. I thought it was that. See, that's what I love, because it's like in season 4, like you made Max more of the main character of that season, and I'm thinking, okay, so cool. We were giving airtime to all these different characters, but it's like this was the time to be closing, like looping back to the beginning, and
I think they did a good job of that with Mike. Honestly, I think it worked.
and maybe I'm just in the outlier. I
know. I get what you're saying. I get we need to get more stuff with him because he was such a big integral part of the story.
Yeah.
But I think they did a well enough job closing it up to make it.
That last the last like 25 minutes of the whole season, I think really did a good job to get back to the core of what I liked about the show specifically.
Yes.
I just think it was very like I saw a YouTube comment where they made it make more sense in my head if they did this, where like instead of Holly getting taken, have Mike get taken, because then you can show the dynamic, like just replace Holly with Mike.
Yeah.
And you don't need the storyline with all the extra fucking kids.
But he's too old.
No, that's the thing. He's too old. Vecna only goes after these kids because of they're innocent and they're vulnerable.
I know.
That's his whole thing.
But it's like they didn't explain that until this season. You could have. I think you could have come up with a reason for why Mike. I mean, emotional because it's his two biggest enemies, right? Elle and now Will. You know.
Yeah.
Because imagine the end of episode 4, Mike gets taken instead of all the kids.
Or Mike gets killed in general.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been. That would have been hard.
What if they finished the season with what if it was a parallel between season 1 and 5, where in season 1 Elle sacrifices quote unquote herself?
Yeah.
What if they did the same thing but with Mike at the end of season 5 instead of Elle?
Yeah.
It would have been interesting for sure. But yeah, that's the other thing about this. There were so many fan theories going around.
All of them were wrong.
Yeah.
All of them were wrong.
Yes.
And that is a problem because like
my expectations weren't raised because of those fan theories.
mine were. And that also disappointed me a lot in the finale. But I also understand this makes sense for the actual show itself. Like what they did makes sense. Like that's why I was trying so hard to like, all right, I need to center my expectations there.
Yeah, I kind of separated, like, because like at this point in the like towards the end of the show, I was like, okay, this is definitely not going the way I would have wanted. So I wasn't completely invested. I was super invested in the show in like season 2, but every time they keep releasing, and season 4 like brought it back. It's like that's a really good season in general.
Yep.
It's just kind of like I'm seeing the cracks forming, and I was kind of like, okay, so I'm just gonna let this be what it is. You know?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be too invested.
Like I was really on the theory that all the things that were different were because of Kali's illusion. Like the
which she did end up using an illusion.
she did end up using illusion,
Yes.
so I wasn't wrong there. But like I guess the different colors on like the dial for the electric gauge was like the upside down versus the real world. That's why they changed the colors, I think. Because I think they were the upside down when they were different colors, or vice versa.
Okay.
So it wasn't a production mistake. The right side of nosebleed, that still has thrown me off. I don't
That
understand
was
what
odd.
that is.
Because
I never knew that was the thing.
Because I thought Kali bled from the left side of her
She
nose
did.
in season 2.
yeah, like if you look back at that first episode, like at the very beginning of season 2, she does bleed from the left side of her nose.
Weird.
But I didn't think that was like a tell or anything. I thought it was just kind of like her nose is bleeding.
Yeah, but like
I didn't know
if
had a
you-
significance with
if there wasn't until that part when it was the right side, because we all noticed like, oh, it's always been the left side. No
I'm
matter
just
what.
wondering, has Elle always bled from the right nostril?
No, it's always been the left. Everyone's always been the left.
Everyone's been left except for Kali, which was weird to me.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, let's go along in this. So we find out Max is alive at the end of episode 2, and she's inside this mind, Vecna's mind. So there's all these doors that lead to different parts of his memories, which kind of was alluded to in season 4, right?
Oh, his mind lair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that's another plot hole too. That layer is only brought up a couple times in season 5, and then they just throw the layer away. Like it's only they only use it as a way to escape his mind and nothing else. But what it looked like what they were leading to was that layer was going to be utilized for season 5 because what was the point of collecting Chrissy and Fred and whatnot?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah, so it's very clear that like the Duffer Brothers are kind of going with the flow on this one, where they're like,
Yeah, they're
and that
retconning certain
happens.
things.
That happens with every show.
Yeah.
I understand. For the most part, I don't think there's ever been a show that's actually planned out beat for beat. Maybe Better Call Saul,
I don't know.
Like,
about that
maybe?
either. Maybe, but
since that's a prequel and it's much easier to like, this is our end point. We know all the purposes for all this stuff.
Yeah.
With Stranger Things, it's kind of like, I mean, well, even famously Breaking Bad was just improv most of the time. They
Yeah.
didn't- or not improv, but like the writing was like episode to episode. We don't know where we're going. All that stuff. Like weapons. Zach Cregger didn't even know the reason for any of that until he was like maybe halfway through the script.
yeah.
So
Well, yeah, because he was writing that out of grief, I think, too, though. So like that was a way for him grieving the other whitest kid that died in like 2020.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
he
right,
wrote
yeah.
it because of that, I think. So that was like his process. Anyway, let's get off of weapons here.
yeah, it's just, I'm saying the Duffers like they have all these ideas. They had this big cliffhanger for season 4. They had all this stuff like because like, now it's retconning like, oh, he needs the kids with the weak minds, but then he's grabbing teenagers to kill them in Max. I wouldn't say Max is necessarily weak-willed.
No.
You know,
Well, I think he didn't.
and like like all the trauma, like the harsh backstory, like what did that have a purpose for? It kind of just like, why did he need them to open the bridge? That whole thing where he opens up the upside down. You know,
Yeah.
at the same time, now I'm actually really thinking about it. What was the point in Vecna doing any of that? Because you still have to open all the gates to get in and out. Like he could have just opened up a gate anytime. Like isn't the whole point to get the upside down into the real world? But now the plan is to bring Dimension X into the real world, and now it's a bridge. So it's the retconned ideas.
Yeah, it's mostly them just.
But yeah.
It's like it's what you guys were saying before. It's mostly them just going one after another. Like
See, don't get me wrong. It's not a cohesive plan and all together and makes sense, but it's still entertaining
It's
and
pop
good.
television. That's what people describe the show as. Like it is what it is. It's not supposed to be the best written thing in the world. It's supposed to be like, the end of episode 4. Will with the powers. That was so fucking cool. That whole scene, like that's what they want. They want the reaction from that stuff. They don't want you to necessarily think about all this stuff like we are. So like I think we definitely went I definitely went way down the rabbit hole. But
It's a show that invites that, though.
yes. And they don't want you to like stop doing that too. They love that stuff. The Duffers.
But now they're shooting themselves in the foot because it's the more they're like, hey, pay attention to all the little Easter eggs and theories.
Because they do like to do little things. They like to leave little crumbs along the way.
Yeah.
So it's.
But then it's just kind of exposing that they don't really have a lot of this figured out.
Yeah.
I wonder if this was always the plan for season 5 or if it was
I
like.
don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The ending, maybe the ending was the only thing they had planned because that like it was in the basement. It was
that last scene
that
definitely
100% was planned
Oh,
from
yeah.
the beginning because it was so well done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, end of volume 1. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
We got then Derek, the MVP of the season.
Yeah, I like Derek.
Dipshit Derek. I mean, delightful Derek. My siblings love him. They think he's like the GOAT. Like, I'm like, he's great. He's fun. But like, yeah, I don't know. He's fine. He's a fun character.
Yeah.
Look at my fat one.
Well, that's another one that everyone cheered when he did that. When they get into
Yeah.
the cave, he's like, "Suck my fat one," and then he doesn't want to go into the cave and stuff.
Yeah.
How did he fit in?
How'd he fit through the fucking?
I mean,
rocks?
granted,
Dude, me and Jordan were talking about that. We're like, "There's no way he's making it through that." Like,
he's not like gigantic, but
No,
he's
but,
he's a big kid,
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Volume 1, definitely the best. Had so many cool, awesome moments. A great return to Hawkins after almost 3 years.
yeah, I mean, they knew
Volume-
they had to come out with a heavy hit.
And they did. I mean, they got Frank Darabont to direct 3 of these episodes this season.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
whew, he killed it. So then we go to the second batch of episodes, 5, 6, 7.
5 and 6.
Five and six were good. They
Yeah.
had some good stuff in them. A lot of people like meme the Titanic scene with the unproposal Titanic scene.
Yeah.
I like that scene a lot. I think
Yeah,
it was
I liked
really
it too.
well written, really well done.
Yeah, like that's a really. I mean, maybe not exactly in the context
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
not the best time to be doing that.
No, but if they're
It's a good
they're gonna
scene.
die, like it makes sense that like they want to get everything off their chest.
yeah,
kind of stuff.
I think the meta-ness of like it's like they're not gonna die. They're not gonna die. here, So
I didn't believe for a second they were gonna die.
Yeah.
And then Steve and Dustin. Oh yeah, Dustin being a dick this entire season up until episode like 5 or 6. Like, oh my god, I was like, oh man, what have they done to Dustin? But then it was just he didn't want Steve to go the way of Eddie. I'm like, oh,
That was a really good.
that was a
scene.
good
I
scene.
really liked
and then
that scene.
then the ladder falling down, like Steve would have died.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yep. 100%
Good writing there. Yeah.
I don't understand how people didn't understand that was not a proposal and that they broke up.
Yeah, like
that seemed
how-
pretty obvious to
like,
me.
That is very obvious to me. That was a breakup scene. Even my siblings, they're like, or my parents even were like, "That was a breakup scene." I'm like, "Yeah, that was a breakup scene." Like, why didn't you think it was a breakup scene?
I think the problem is because if you were to mute it, it definitely looks
like a proposal scene.
like a proposal and like
Okay.
and like the tones are like but he says very clearly, "Not will you not accept my proposal?"
Yeah.
And then they throw the ring away, and then they hug. But so like some people may interpret that like, oh, not a marriage proposal yet, and they're just still together, and they're like, we got to work out our issues. But they've apparently been fighting for 18 months.
And we've seen it all before. So
Yeah.
yeah. What else? What are some other good scenes from those episodes?
I like the cliffhanger from episode 5
Yeah.
to 6.
That was a really
Which
good
one was that?
cliffhanger.
Which one was
where
that?
Dustin's
Where-
like, "Don't shoot it! Don't shoot it!
yeah.
You're all gonna die!"
It's something else. Don't do it. Yeah.
That was good.
That was really good.
So that's the thing. Like, I can't think of anything really that's happening in episode 5 and 6, not at the upside down in Hawkins' lab.
I mean, I think Holly is trying to get. Holly and Max are forming their plan to escape.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I remember
Oh.
episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the first point, the first scene. I was like, holy shit.
Run!
Cut this scene down. Like what the fuck? Because they're literally talking for 10 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm like, guys, the song is only so long.
No, they-
they cut back to Lucas like 4 times, like him holding her body like between the portal.
Oh, my God,
like he's waiting. Everyone's waiting.
Yeah.
It's like, you can do it. You're strong enough. Like, we get the point. We get the point, guys. Like, just she's strong. She did all her stuff. I'm like, go. Just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the whole scene where they right before that, when Max and Holly are fighting Vecna, and then Will is like telling them to run through him. That was really cool.
See, I was
too.
waiting. I really liked that
I
shot
really
in the
liked that
trailer.
scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, wait, I'm like, oh, they didn't do it.
Yeah, no, they spliced it, but it was really cool the way they did it.
Yeah, I also like the flickering. Where he's
Yeah.
like going, he's like forming
Like
into
he's-
Vecna.
Oh, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like all the visuals in the season are fantastic.
yeah.
Despite a few minor flaws, but like whatever, that's fine. It's a TV show.
Yes.
I'm really conflicted because I keep bringing up like a lot of bad things. I really did like
But
this
it's
season.
hot
I
TV.
really did.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. We need to like ground ourselves. Like, okay, this isn't going to be the greatest written thing in the world.
Right.
We
It
have
hasn't
to-
been
We
great.
have to.
It hasn't been so tightly written since season 1. We can all agree on
They
that.
didn't expect it, I think, to go beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they left it ambiguous then when Elle was dead. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
just like they did at the end of this one.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, it didn't this? Somebody said something where it's like, I'm not even sure if they were talking about this show, but it's like, okay, you have the engine is it's a bike, right? It's a bicycle. Season 1 is a bicycle, and then it's so successful. Netflix is like, okay, now you need to somehow make this into a motorcycle, and they just barely do that.
Okay,
and then season 3 is like, okay, now make it a fucking car, but it's still just a bicycle. So somehow make this a car now. And then season 4 is like, let's make this a fucking plane, or a bus.
And it does work, but
it's
now,
like it just barely works.
Yeah.
it's controversial. It has plot holes, and yet it sticks the landing and it works.
Yeah. They can I love every one of these characters, even the minor ones, even even fucking Ted,
Yeah, Ted's fine.
Ted Wheeler, I love him.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He knows it. He knows what he is.
I like more of the banter between him and Dustin more than anything. 'Cause Dustin, he just hates the kids, and in season 4 where they're all at the house and they're all having breakfast, and Dustin just takes all the pancakes and everything. But
It's
anyway.
how much longer are they gonna be here?
Yeah. Then episode 7 is the lowest rated episode of one of the lowest rated episodes of the series.
It just simply doesn't accomplish anything.
It does not accomplish anything. I think if they were doing a lot of it stems from the internet and the coming out scene, but if it was smaller and a few less characters, I think it would have been fine. But they didn't need to make it that big event that it was.
Yeah,
even for the 80s,
I think all the characters knew subtextually that he was gay.
Yes.
Everybody in the audience knew he
it.
was gay.
Yes.
But we're spending 20
it's
minutes
still a great
on
scene. It's just
It's a good scene, but it's we're spending 20 minutes on information we already know. Everybody already knows.
it would,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think it would have been. I like subtlety more. That's just my.
I do too. You're
would have
supposed to show, not tell. It's
what I love about the one scene in Rise of Skywalker where Ben Solo's talking to Han, right? In the memory or whatever, and he says, "Dad," and he's like, "I know." Perfect callback.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, "I love you." Perfect callback. We don't need to hear it because we already know the line.
Speaking of Rise of Skywalker, there's another thing from Rise of Skywalker in there where the telescope that Holly is using to find the cave. So she's looking and it's like, oh, the cap fits correctly into this area. And Danny loves that. He didn't even think about it at first until I told him.
You're like, it's like, you know how specific triangulation in lining up in perspective is physically? The odds of her, and it pisses me off more in Rise of Skywalker because at least there's a pattern that you have to search for it and find it first. At least there's that. Yeah. In Rise of Skywalker, it's I just happen to be standing in just the right place. And it just happens to match up just with the ridges on the Death Star wreckage. That happened 10 years before? So you're telling me you make this ancient... Okay. I was getting off track.
Yeah. So
it's so contrived,
Before we get to the finale, let's talk about the backstory with Henry, because there is the play that is apparently very crucial to Stranger Things that nobody saw. Well, the play at least was important to the backstory.
I'm glad that they showed the rock thing.
They showed
in the
some
finale.
stuff, but they didn't give a lot of context. They kept it pretty vague most of the time.
Right.
So
because I'm still a little unclear on the timeline of Henry.
Joyce, Hopper, and all of them knew Henry Creel.
Did they though?
They knew of him. Because they were all in that play together. That was Joyce's play. That they
weren't
doing.
in the play together. Joyce was.
Directed the play.
Well, where was Henry?
They didn't show him in the play.
Yeah, he was in the rafters, right?
Was he?
I don't even know.
See, they show a close up on a guy pulling the curtain. Was that him?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I
don't know because they don't.
About the actual play itself, I don't remember exactly what happens.
I'm just unclear on the timeline of Henry because it's
okay. So
is the scene in the mines the first scene?
Scene in the
is his
mines,
introduction. Right?
That was 1952 or 53, I think.
So he gets
That's
the rock.
when he was in Arizona. He gets the rock.
When does he? He's in Arizona.
I thought it was
Arizona.
Nevada. Was it?
Well,
Arizona?
wherever. It's not important.
Anyway,
So Brenner was in Arizona.
I guess so. But
Okay, so he gets the rock there.
So he gets
Then he
the-
goes to. They both happen to go to Hawkins.
they go to Hawkins. Well, at least Henry does. Henry goes to Hawkins.
Then all that stuff in the backstory of season 4 with his family getting
Yeah,
killed.
and that's
stuff.
I think 56 or 57, something like that. So like
okay.
it's
Then-
some retconning on timelines, but like it's not terrible, I guess.
Well, then what happens after that? I figured that at that point, he goes to the Brenner's hospital, and then he's experimented on for years and years and years, and then he becomes the orderly.
Don't remember.
And then L.
I honestly don't remember what it was.
Well,
what happened?
I'm just wondering where him going to high school fits in with this now.
I don't remember. I watched
That's
a video on it, but
true.
I don't remember.
I never thought about that.
I just don't remember. There is a reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason. It's just it's gonna feel contrived.
Yes,
you know?
it will.
Right.
Anyway, so we can move on from that. We can finally move on to the finale. So we start, or actually, it ends episode 4 with everyone going into the Upside Down. They have a plan. We don't know what that plan really is until the finale. So Elle, Hopper, Collie. We didn't even talk about Collie.
That's true. We never.
Well, because that's a big reveal. Like, oh, she's back. When I saw her, I was like, fuck, oh my god, because I hate that one episode.
Yeah, everyone does.
And I was nervous that they were gonna try to do another backdoor thing, like, oh, we're gonna really try to sell this other show now, because now there's time.
I didn't think about that part.
Her whole thing is manipulating reality.
Yeah.
So that's all you got to know. So it goes to, Collie, Hopper, Elle, and Murray go to Hawkins' lab in the Upside Down. And they're supposed to find the source of whatever is going on, basically.
Yeah, Murray goes up to the roof where the exotic matter is and whatnot,
Yep.
and then Hopper and 11 go to where the tank is in the basement or wherever the fuck it's supposed to be.
Yep. So you have the tank from season 1 that Elle was always in. So she is now going back to that, and she's supposed to get into Vecna's mind. Wow, Max, Vicky, Max and Vicky are back at the radio station, and we have Joyce and the rest of them all in a truck going to the top of the radio tower. I
Yeah, the
believe.
radio tower.
In the Upside Down.
In the Upside Down, yes.
Okay. So, yeah, then it's a pretty cool thing, at least on the radio tower, where they're like, all right, we're going to jump up to this other planet in the Upside Down. So, yeah, it's a wormhole. We didn't even talk about that either. Oh, a fucking Upside Down being a goddamn
We've skipped
wormhole.
so much stuff.
Well, because I just you make me remember when they come up with the plan to do, because like they figured out that Vecna's gonna try to
Steve,
pull the,
well, at least Steve came up with the plan.
yeah.
That was like the only plan he ever came up with. And
Well, my favorite line in the entire season where Robin's like,
yeah.
he's like,
Oh, my God.
he's like, I bet you know about all that, Steve. Like, he's like,
the hell's wrong with you?
it was just so fucking
so quick.
out of nowhere. She's just like, yeah, I bet you fuck a lot, Steve, don't you? Like, what?
The Upside Down is a bridge between two worlds, Dimension X / the Abyss and Earth.
And that was a great, because
So-
that made sense. Like retcon, like that's a
Yes.
good twist.
I think that's always been planned as it to be a wormhole as well.
yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. It was cool, especially the visual of Steve's beamer in fucking space.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, so they start coming together, and then it's not lining up right. It's not lining up right at all. And then Steve almost dies. Yeah. And then Jonathan saves him.
Like, and this is what the Duffer Brothers do so well, where it's like, I care about all the characters. I care about the stupid fucking drama between them, and so like it's something so basic. Like if you're gonna write like one of your like baby's first story, you're gonna have these two people have a conflict. Something external, happens, and then one of them has to save the other, and it's like, oh, and now that arc is finished. It's like very point A, point B, point C, and they just do it so well. Like it's like they play it straight and so, how it should be. They don't feel the need to subvert it.
Right.
Everyone's like, I need to add a twist to this or add some sort of element. No, they just do it straight, and it's great, and I really like it.
Yeah.
And it just makes sense. It's cathartic or whatever. So
Yeah. So while that's happening, Vecna is ripped out of his trance with the kids by Elle, who is now in his mind
Yep.
with Max and Collie. So he's fucked. The kids are shown, the other kids who don't believe Holly are shown that he is the actual monster, which has been a whole thing the whole season.
Yep.
They're like, oh no, Max is the monster. She's the one beyond the woods, that whole stuff.
And that was a great use of Kali's powers.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought she was going to be evil the whole time. And she wasn't. So
Yeah, I was waiting for the turn.
I was like, come on, give us the twist. But
And so while that's happening, while they're having the fight
Yeah.
and stuff, the Hopper and Elle are in the lab, and this is where this is where I do not understand what the fuck happened here, because it's like, you know, Vecna fucks around with Hopper, and he shoots the tank, and everyone's like, oh no, and you see Elle like bleeding to death in the tank and stuff,
I'm just like, no way.
and then you realize it's a vision.
Yeah.
Does Vecna just have vision powers now?
I don't know where those powers came from.
I'm just so lost where it comes to that. And
I
it's
guess
like,
sure he can have that, but like
see,
they
that
never
sounds,
set it up before.
that sounds like it would be a holdover from like, if there was a plan in the writer's room that where Kali is working with Vecna,
She would have done that.
she would have definitely, that would have been her, right?
Yes.
Kali's the only one we know that can do that. So, but now it's just kind of like this happened and it's never explained. It's like the, you know, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon just having super
Yeah.
speed for one scene.
Yeah. But yeah, so also while that's happening, the kids are running away and everybody else climbs up into Dimension X / the Abyss. So while Steve and Jonathan are having their heart to heart, like, I still hate you, that kind of stuff, these kids are running for their lives and there's no sense of urgency. I'm just like, can we just move?
And it's just a problem with what they did with scaling.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they just have too much going on.
Yeah, like,
Yes.
oh God, it's like, guys, you need to move a little bit. But yeah, so so after that all happens, they all come out of their trances, Elle, Kali, and whatever, and they're surrounded by these guards or these military guys who were in the first few episodes or whatever. They, I guess, survived the fucking hole into space.
And then they have like a mutiny, like a little mini mutiny
like,
against.
we haven't even talked about
That's
Dr.
true
K.
too.
We haven't even talked about
her yet. Yeah.
but
I thought she was going to be.
she's trying to restart Brenner's program. That's all you need to know.
I mean, I thought she was going to have a bigger impact on the season
Yeah.
as a whole. I thought they were going to do a twist on her where she was related to Brenner in some sort of way because they look very similar. So, sister or
There was this
whatever.
theory about her being like related to Eddie as well or something like that, but I don't know how that was going to work.
That would have been a
there are
stretch.
so many theories going into this fucking finale. Oh
Yes.
my God. Anyway, so where the fuck were we? Okay. So Kali gets shot by the military guy accidentally while Murray blows up a helicopter outside with the hedgehog sonic beam that dampens Elle and Kali's power.
Which is, I think that's a good kind of limit to their powers. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so they have to have a weakness somehow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets blindsided, shoots her, or does he? No one knows if she could have been casting a vision that entire time. We don't know. And then Elle and her had like some kind of secret plan. There's a whole bunch of theories about that right now.
What do you mean?
Like how Kali can cast illusions. What if she wasn't shot at all?
Yep.
We never see her get shot.
Well, I see the gun go off.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean she got shot. She could force a vision to make it look like she
to
was
fake her
shot.
death and everything.
And then there's the whole thing with Elle at the end, if she's alive or not. So like there's a whole.
Oh, I think what they showed us is what's real. The one thing I'm realizing about the Duffers is they're very unambiguous about
Yes.
what they're doing.
They're also very ambiguous about endings. So
Well, you gotta. Well, they said, oh, maybe it's I'm like, it's clearly like that's what they mean.
yeah. Anyway, so moving on. Big kaiju fight. So the mind flayer comes to life as this big fucking kaiju monster. Holy
I
shit.
love
It
that.
was so cool. It looked really good. Yep.
I saw one meme. I saw a meme because like the mouth kind of looks like a
vagina.
vagina, and then
Yeah.
Will's just like, your powers have no effect on me.
so dumb. Stupid.
But yeah, so Will is still attached to Vecna and the mind flayer at that point. So he's feeling what they're feeling, but like
See, I really like. Sorry, I really like his powers with how they're not powers. There's just he's just
He's tapping in.
He's tapping into Vecna and the hive mind and whatnot. Yeah.
And that's if you're gonna give Will powers, I think that's the best way to do it. You know, because he's like, it started with him, but he's not like a natural
sorcerer.
Yeah. So he can.
Yep.
It's innate. He has innate powers.
Yep. So they beat the monster pretty fucking easily, which is
Yeah.
kind of a big damper on expectations of that fight. If they're gonna get us, 5 minutes more of that instead of the 45 minutes of goddamn epilogue, I think people would have been a little happier. But the problem with that is the epilogue was so fucking good.
Yeah.
All of it was really good. All it was
100%.
needed. So it's
Yeah. What do you think?
the give and take.
No. So this is why before we went to go see it, I was worried about the whole timestamp of being at 2 hours and only 2 hours, right? I was hoping it would be 2.5 because case in point, they could have made the battle a little bit longer and everything. It didn't. They defeated the Mind Flayer pretty quickly. It was still pretty cool and whatnot, and I loved that Joyce was able to kill Vecna with the axe and everything, and then you were dropping the only F-bomb of the show and whatnot.
Yep. Mess with the wrong fucking family.
Yeah. But like I said, if they pushed it to 2.5 hours and made the fight a little bit better.
Longer. I'd say it was a good fight. I think it should be a little longer.
Well,
Yes.
I think there's an elephant in the room where
Then there's no Demogorgons,
Yeah.
Demodogs.
Well,
or
that
that
is explained.
I was gonna. Yeah.
how is that explained?
by the
I
Duffer
don't-
Brothers. They said Vecna was not expecting this surprise attack. So he didn't have time to plan to have the Demogorgons and all that.
Where
come to it.
physically, where are they though?
In Dimension X.
So they're just-
Somewhere. Who knows where?
Somewhere.
Okay.
But then
That's how they explained it. That's it.
But also, there's the other part where Henry, Vecna, whatever, and the Mind Flayer pretty much control all of them, right? Mm-hmm. They're for the most. Well, that's another thing. Do they actually control every single aspect of what they do, or are they just willing to do whatever they want to do?
It's,
Well, I think they're
it's very
symbiotic.
ambiguous.
They both kind of feed off each other. They know they're not they are a hive mind because with the rock thing it formed.
Right. So
Yeah.
you would think they would be able to feel what the hell is going on, and if all of them are still alive, who knows if they killed all the Demogorgons, Demodogs, Demobats, which were never mentioned in the season whatsoever.
R.I.P. Eddie.
Apparently, they were only made to kill Eddie. Apparently,
And this is what I mean. It's just so messy,
So-
and I just wish it wasn't messy.
So yeah, after the big fight, they escape. We get some Prince songs. We get a nice needle drop there. Purple
I
Rain.
love Purple Rain.
which was rare because the Prince Estate barely lets people license.
It's the first time I've been licensed to a TV show. It's that was cool. So they go through the gate, and Dr. K's army is there.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Which we had to have seen.
I had to have seen
Yeah.
that coming. It was very obvious. Like
100%.
yeah. So they all get attacked, and there's this big drawn out moment where L is still in the upside down.
Yep.
And it's about to blow. Oh my god. It was like, all right, cool, it's fine. And then somehow all these hedgehogs are going, and she's able to somehow have a vision with Mike.
Yeah,
I don't
that was my first tip off.
Yep.
yeah. So
I mean, when they're saying their goodbye, I'll never be able to listen to Purple Rain the same way ever again. That was one of my.
Yeah.
That was an awesome way of.
They do these great scenes.
Yeah.
it's
they
so
do. They do
good.
drama really well. And mystery. But what were you gonna say? You were gonna say something there. It was
well,
a tip off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, okay, well, we can't. It's established very clearly she can't use her powers when she's getting hit by the hedgehogs.
Yes.
So, and she just disappears from the van and just shows up at the upside down, like right in that little portal. So, and I also noticed she doesn't get like knocked out from like knocked off screen from the debris or whatever. I thought I
just
saw her
disappears.
fade away, disappear. So clearly it looked like a vision to me.
yeah.
at least.
It was.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
And that brings us back to Kali. Was she alive? Was she actually shot? Was it all a vision? That's where we come full circle to.
And that's where I think that like the Duffer Brothers are just telling us exactly what happened through Mike.
yes.
Like that's what I'm. I don't think there's any other any theory.
Okay.
They're very like it's very much just from what I get from them, it's just like, this is it.
Okay. So yeah, let's get into this epilogue. Starts with the graduation, and Dustin is the valedictorian.
Yep.
18 months later again. So yeah, he does his best Eddie impersonation, flips off the principal. Is really well done. Nice callback. Ted's alive. Mrs. Wheeler's alive. They're all good.
Me and Jordan were just like, oh God, gross. She got all the scars and like.
I mean, I knew I had photos leaked a while ago about that Mike and Hopper scene.
Yeah,
that was leaked a long time ago, so I knew they were going to survive. But yeah, that was a good scene between him. Just like he's like, yeah, you just got to let it go. You got to find a way to deal with it. That kind of stuff. Just don't go down that road, the road he went down, basically after his daughter died. So
that's a great arc because I didn't see it coming. Because my theories were that he can't, Hopper can't let Elle go because of his daughter and everything. Blah blah blah. He's going to be a mess if he lets her go and then she dies and whatever. So he's going to get stuck in the upside down with her. That was my theory.
that was yours. Yep.
Okay.
For them to give him that monologue of like, oh, I've been down that road of losing a daughter and losing somebody I cared about, and then just not being healthy about it. You know, it's like, I could go down that road. I don't recommend it because I've been down that road. You want to go this other road,
Right?
And that's what he's doing now. So now he's healthy. He's like, I'm just going to be happy regardless.
Going on to the rooftop scene at the radio station. Steve is now a high school baseball coach along with a sex ed teacher.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Works out perfectly for him. So Nancy she dropped out of Emerson. She's a journalist, like we always thought she was going to be.
Yep.
Jonathan is making movies. Cool. Great. Makes sense for him. Yeah. And Robin, I forgot what she's doing. I think
She was working at the Squawk.
Yeah.
At the radio station.
I don't think she's doing that all the time. I think she's just doing that for that one like fill-in. I think.
That's true.
So she was doing something. I forgot what she said. But they're all in different places, and all of us adults know that all too well. Like, oh, we'll meet up once a month. They're never gonna meet up once a month.
No,
that's just how it works. That scene hit pretty. I was like, oh,
yeah,
yeah. And then we get the final scene.
Yeah.
Mike telling all the characters, giving them the send-offs, Luke and Max together, that kind of stuff. Dustin makes time for his friends in his studies, the bard, you know. And then Will finds his happiness and moves on with everything.
Yep.
The writer, he continues writing stories. It's,
well, that's when I was just like, and that's how I became Stephen King.
And then, do you guys notice the little players they had? Like, Ella's character was... I think it was season 1 or 2. She had the blonde wig and the pink dress on. I was like, oh, I saw that. I was like, so was it all a D&D campaign? Is still the thing that it could be. It's very ambiguous.
You never know. I wouldn't be surprised if it was an actual D&D campaign.
I don't know. It kind of works in that aspect on many different levels still.
Well, that's why I'm glad. They
kept it.
They had their cake and ate it too,
and it worked out.
I would have been so. I can't tell you how pissed I would have been if they're like, by the way,
what's the campaign called? Stranger.
So we call it Stranger Things.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so then Mike leaving the door open. That is Elle alive? Is she not? She found her 3 waterfalls.
2.
There's only 2.
That's why I truly believe she lived, because it's a real place on Earth. An actual physical place.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's good. But yeah,
I saw a meme. It's like Mike in 30 years. It's the guy from Up.
Oh yeah, Mr. Fredrickson just looking at the house on the waterfall.
So the reason the Duffers talked about why Elle didn't survive or isn't with them in this, and they were saying there was never a version of the story where 11 was playing Dungeons and Dragons with them. She represents the magic in a lot of ways and the magic of childhood. So for our characters to move on and for the story of Hawkins and the Upside Down to come to a close, 11 had to go away. So that's basically what they were saying. And if she is out there, the most that they could hope for is a belief that it's true because they can't be in contact with her. So it all makes sense.
I don't understand why, but whatever.
Well, no, I think it makes sense.
Because her friends can be used against her and everything like that,
Like,
no matter if she has...
And then they can do a 10-year movie reunion, and then she's back, they have kids. You know that's what's
Well, at
going to
least-
happen, guys.
At least like have Mike meet up with her, you know?
Well, maybe. Well,
now he's
again,
not
they
doing
left it
shit.
open because
Right.
he heard that.
You
he
can
heard-
write from anywhere.
Yeah, but he heard the sirens. So like, he's like, oh, she might be out there. Maybe he will go looking for her.
Maybe
Like, remember, like
the
he was
sirens.
like not the sirens, but like
the Sonic, the Hedgehog.
the hedgehog. He
Sonic
heard he
waves.
heard those sine waves or whatever. At one point, he's like, what was that? I don't know if you caught
Oh, through
that,
the
but yeah,
speaker,
the
at
speakers,
the
yeah.
graduation.
He's like,
okay,
oh,
yeah.
that's familiar. So a lot of people are thinking like when they were putting the books away, like it was gonna be like pull out to like Elle watching them or something like that, or the light flickers or something.
Or
Like,
the TV turns
yeah, or
on and it's
something
just
happens.
static or whatever.
But no, none of that actually happens. And they pass D&D on to the next generation. Holly and her friends,
Yeah.
Delightful Derek and all of them. It's like, oh, it was a really good ending. Like, honestly,
And that's what I mean by that's why I believe like the Duffers are like saying that she's alive. Like,
I
this is
think
exactly what it is.
It's
because
fair. Yeah.
that it was a good scene. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that the younger kids coming downstairs playing D&D, and then Mike looking longingly like, oh, I remember those times.
Yeah.
Like it's so heavy-handed.
yes,
like
it
this is what it is.
Yes.
So
Yeah. But overall, I mean, it's a good final season.
Yeah.
After like talking,
yeah, it's good. All things
despite all the
considered.
problems it has and all the theories that arose, like it's a good final season.
It's not like season 3 where like it had a little bit of an identity crisis. I'm like,
And that was the summer blockbuster season. We had
Yeah.
a fucking Terminator.
like it had a great it had a great aesthetic, but like,
Yeah.
what do the Russians have to do with anything? Why is the Terminator here?
What did the rest
Like,
to do with anything at all in the entire show? Like
Yes.
they didn't really expand upon that.
you can see them literally throwing ideas at the dartboard and not really thinking it through. Every plot hole in between season 4 and 5 and all this stuff, and also like the Lost Sister stuff.
Yes.
the Russian thing, like they don't though. This show is all experimental, and then this is like it stuck the landing only because it kind of understood what its identity was from season 1. It's like we know what we are. Like this is what it's this. So
Yes.
and that's why I like it. But I can definitely acknowledge it's pretty messy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an imperfect show.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And the other thing about the epilogue, too, considering how long it was, I heard that they drew inspiration from Return of the King.
Dude, I was just thinking the same thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that.
And then,
like,
of
oh
course,
my God.
and then, of course, Mike has to be the storyteller, like Frodo
Yes.
finishing Bilbo's book and everything like that. So,
makes
I Return of the King is my personal favorite of the trilogy. So, I was
You're
like,
wrong, but okay.
It's my personal favorite. I said my personal favorite.
know.
I think he knows more. He's wearing literally tatted
I
up.
know he's tatted up Lord of the Ring boy. Anyway, so seasons rankings. What are you guys doing? Like,
Okay.
I'll start.
worst
so,
to best?
Best to worst.
That's the worst.
So, season 1.
Season 1. Yeah.
Season 4.
Agreed. Yes.
After talking this through, season 5. Season 3. Season 2.
Interesting. Okay. I was going to say 1, 4, 2,
Ugh.
5, and 3.
2's not a bad season. I'm not saying 2 is a bad season. It's just the one episode is such a glare on the entire season.
The only reason why I have season 2 at number 3 is because season 2 still sticks to its original roots of
That's fair.
season 1.
That is fair.
Obviously the only dark horse of that season is the Lost Sister episode. Other than that, it is a great season.
I think we're gonna have to agree with your list exactly. Like I really like season 2 more than season 5. Season 5 because it's like season 5 is like we're gonna wrap it up, but it's always like it's already like we're way too big for ourselves, you know.
But
and
man,
then
those first 4 episodes.
first 4
dude,
episodes are like
holy
solid.
shit.
Yeah, solid. But yeah, season 2, at least all the bad stuff is really contained in one thing, one episode. Like I can literally skip episode 7 and it all
yeah,
still
it's
works
fine.
for me.
Yeah.
So
So Stranger Things. Yeah. Overall, it's a good show. It's good pop TV. Rewatchable, definitely rewatchable. Like people do it all the time.
I want Netflix to just for once, just to understand what the good parts of this are, like why it was successful, and not just be like, oh, we need to make all this nostalgia again. And
Well, speaking of making more things, they're going to announce a spinoff show. They may have already by the time this airs, but it's going to be centered around That scene in the cave and that rock that was found by Henry.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be set place in the past, if I had to guess.
So it's gonna be like a Welcome to Derry situation.
I think so.
I mean, that's a great show.
I
really like
haven't
that
watched
show.
that yet, but anyway,
And-
I don't want to get off track.
But we'll see. We'll see. But the Duffer Brothers have confirmed it's going to revolve around that. Whether it's in the past or present, who knows?
All new characters.
All new characters.
Are they going to be kid focused?
I don't know. We don't know. They haven't announced it.
Yeah.
So again, they might have by the time this airs. But
Well, because if they're doing that, I think they really need to understand the lesson. Don't do Stranger Things again.
well, they're not going to really be involved with it. That's the thing. They're over at Paramount now. They got $1 billion deal from Paramount.
so
like,
what are
they're
they going to be doing now?
what?
Do you know?
movies and TV. They're going to be doing
Just
stuff.
nothing. No idea yet.
No idea yet. I'm sure they probably have some stuff in the works, but they'll be just producers, I think, on the next show.
Getting nervous about that.
Yeah.
You don't.
Maybe they'll write it.
You
Who
don't
knows?
write a blank check on something that you just there's no idea for it. You know.
Yeah.
Here's $1 million or $1 billion. Like,
Let's see what they got.
what do you got?
Let's see
You know,
what-
is they're gonna throw a bunch of. What if it doesn't work? You know, like what if the idea just isn't a strong enough idea? This was a strong idea. That's why it worked for eight episodes. It was such a tight 8 episodes.
Yeah.
And then it's like we've seen it. Like they got basically a blank check every other season.
Yeah.
And it
felt like
it's not that it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just messy. It's
And
just,
it felt like it was a $400 million budget on this final season.
Yeah.
And a lot of it went towards the CGI and whatnot, and the CGI was fucking fantastic.
oh, it was great. Yeah, it looked. I never complained about and that's even like with the Avatar. That was like my biggest because everyone says the visuals are great in Avatar. It really wasn't great this time around. You know.
With the most recent one, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
They're working
Fire
on a
Act.
few TV shows, it looks like, right now. One called The Burrows, and that's a retirement community of unlikely heroes must band together to stop an otherworldly threat from stealing the one thing they don't have, time. That could be interesting. It's got Bill Pullman in it, Alfred Woodard, Alfred Molina.
Okay.
I mean, it's got some good people in there.
Okay.
That is in post-production right now. So
Plot twist. It's just Stranger Things, but like
honestly,
Then they're all
yeah,
retired.
it might be. But yeah, so they
this is where we figure out if they have anything other than Stranger Things. It's kind of like James Gunn, where I'm realizing he just has the band of misfits.
and he does it well.
He does it well,
It's true. Yeah.
and we love him for that. But like, this is like their time to prove themselves that like they're not just the Stranger Things guys.
I think we're closing out Stranger Things here.
Just like how the show wrapped up their epilogue, we're taking forever to wrap this up.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
In true Stranger Things spirit.
Yeah,
Sticking to the roots of the show.
exactly. So yeah, we are.
We are.
We are Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE It Beforecast. And yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd with DonutMan96. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Wass. My letterbox is serialized at DJ Wass, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Wass.
Matt, you want to plug any socials, or are you good?
I am good.
All right.
He's mad.
Yeah.
He's Matt. If you find him, congratulations, but it doesn't mean he's going to follow you.
See, I do something different than the Duffer Brothers do. I get straight to the point, and I'm good.
Very good. We love it. Next time, what do we have?
I don't know. Fucking clue. I never know.
I'm looking.
I never know.
I'm looking. The next time we have, it's our roundup. It's another roundup. We got a couple.
Top 10 movies of the year.
And top 10 movies of the year. I already set mine out on Instagram, so if you look on there, you'll find mine. But yeah, spoiler alert, Sinners is number 1. Yeah. So until next time, we'll see you next time.
Ah!